Hi again. We are suffering an epidemic of knife crime here in this country and also in many others. Evidence of this comes from the fact that official bodies are sponsoring training classes in emergency first aid and also providing equipment, stop the bleed kits placed in strategic locations which are available in the event of catastrophic bleeding. Prominent in these kits is a tourniquet. Now, at one time, tourniquets were completely frowned upon in first aid training, but since the advent of tactical combat casualty care, and particularly the experience from the War on Terror, the tourniquet has been proven to be a lifesaver, and that experience and equipment has filtered down into the wider market to where now, for example, on my most recent recertification, the tourniquet was very heavily discussed and taught. The gold standard for a tourniquet is the CAT, Combat Application Tourniquet, widely used by both British and United States military, proven track record in Iraq and Afghanistan, and it's seen on the equipment of many professionals in the field. A while back, an American company called Snakestaff Systems offered a more compact version of the CAT tourniquet, the similar operating mechanism with the windlass, for example, and for quite a while their production was taken up solely within the United States and they didn't sell internationally. But now Amazon are offering their tourniquet, which they call the EDQ, to international orders, and I'll put a link to where you can get it. By the way, I found that Amazon.com were actually, even including postage, were much cheaper than Amazon UK, and it still arrived within a few days. Okay, we'll compare the size. As you can see, the new tourniquet is a lot more compact than the existing CAT. One of the things to mention is that the width of the strap is 1 inch, whereas that of the CAT is 1.5 inches. However, Snakestaff Systems have demonstrated that the actual width of the CAT that's actually being torqued by the windlass is only 1 inch. So really the effective width of both is the same, and the extra the extra ½ inch, quarter of an inch either side, doesn't really add to the occlusion of the blood vessels. Now, if you are worried about this, Snakestaff do now offer a 1.5 inch version, but I wanted the most compact version just for comparison, etc. Now, there are many ways of carrying the new compact tourniquet. It will fit into a magazine pouch if you've got one spare, and that just shows the size. It will also fit into the thigh pocket on cargo pants quite well, and we will discuss pocket trauma packs a little bit later. Firstly, who needs the more compact version? and there are people who probably don't need it. For example, the military. The military are used to carrying lots of kit. As I mentioned, they carry the cat. Quite often they will carry multiple, and there isn't really a problem of size in that particular instance. However, there are other applications, other situations where size would be a factor, and the one for me that sprang to mind immediately would be VIP protection, where if you're suited and booted and you don't want unsightly bulges everywhere and so on, the selection and carriage of the essential operational equipment is a factor, and anything you can do to reduce the signature is a bonus. So I think for the individual bodyguard, the EDQ compact tourniquet would be a plus. Likewise, anybody working in covert operations, undercovers and so on, where again they have to conceal operational equipment, and space within the belt or on the body can be at a premium. Again, they are looking for, usually what they look for is items that have a dual use, so you cut down, or the most compact option. But I'd say that the biggest market is the general market. Civilians, off-duty law enforcement, plainclothes officers and so on, who are aware of the risks in modern life. They've done a threat evaluation. They've decided to carry certain items. Where it's legal, that could be a handgun, spare ammunition, flashlight, a knife, or some sort of multi-tool. Obviously, everyday items like a cell phone and things like that. So medical kit, which can be considered essential, again has to fit in to the overall requirements of their lifestyle. And then when you take into considerations living in a warm climate, wearing very light clothing, this becomes even more of an issue. So in my opinion, what you might call the EDC community, I think, will embrace the new tourniquet very, very widely. They already are in the United States. So the new tourniquet has several interesting features. Let's take a look at them. First of all, there's an LED which breaks and illuminates upon tightening the windlass. This gives responding paramedics the location of the tourniquet. Now, this can be important in things like SWAT, where wearing black kit, lots of Velcro straps and so on, and it's important to identify the location of the tourniquet. And in fact, some SWAT teams issue the orange coloured cat for this reason. But the little LED could be useful for this. Now, I will note that my military friends regard this as being non-tactical. In fact, they look askance even at the white panel on the cat tourniquet for military use. But as I mentioned, it's probably not something that they would be needing anyway. And in any event, if you want to, you could easily get rid of the little LED. Another item is the inclusion of a small carabiner to lock the windlass, rather than just a little bracket, and this really does add to the security, because that thing has to be wound really, really tight and then jammed into the carabiner. It's not going to unwind. The pressure is going to be there. There are instructions for use printed on the strap, and this is for any third party who might come across a scene, somebody struggling with tourniquet, can't apply for one reason or another, and the instructions are there. There's also a QR code which you can scan using your phone, which takes you to a video. Now, how much time you would have to watch a video while someone's femoral is gushing is another question. However, it's certainly not a disadvantage to have this, and you know, you can always scan the QR code ahead of time and watch the video. In fact, obviously you should be getting as much information as you can. Like on the CAT, there is a panel upon which you can write the time of application of the tourniquet, so that further up the medical chain they know how long the tourniquet has been in place. Okay, so a concept for what you might call EDC, everyday carry, of the essentials for hemorrhage control is a compact trauma kit. And with the development of the compact tourniquet, then this becomes very, very viable. So the items that you want in this are, firstly, the tourniquet, which is for extremity wounds, control the bleeding of extremity wounds. Then you have a hemostatic agent, which can be used on any kind of wounds, including abdominal wounds, which are non-compressible. And then you have a compact Israeli dressing, and that can be used to cover any of the wounds, either adding compression in places where it's indicated, or just covering to keep the wound clear of any, say, rain or anything like dirt getting into it and so on, and just keeping the hemostatic agent in place. And then surgical gloves, which are there to prevent cross-contamination, but also the gloved hand can be used for control of or for sealing sucking chest wound. So altogether, the kit can go into quite a compact little pack. I could compress this down even more. This is just the pack I happen to have. All the bits and pieces are inside it, and there's the compact tourniquet, and that can go into a cargo pocket, for example. Rather than use this kind of pack, you could use like a freezer bag and wrap it really tight and put it into a normal, say, your back pocket. Personally, I don't put stuff in my back pocket, but a lot of people do. Another option is this, which is the ankle carry. I've long recommended this for VIP protection. You can put all the items in there. It's on your ankle, and again, it doesn't interfere with the look when you're trying to be smart as a carrot and working in a VIP environment. So there's some of the options. Now obviously a lot of people can carry a full-size IFAC, individual first aid kit. I usually have one with me in my day pack almost all the time when I'm outside of the house. But there are occasions where something of this size would be very, very useful. And it then stops you having to compromise, having to make a decision, oh, should I not carry any kit at all? So obviously all of this, anything to do with kit, is a personal decision. It's a personal evaluation based on your own needs, your own analysis, your own lifestyle. I'm just talking about kit options that are out there. It's up to you to make the decision. All in all, I'm impressed with the concept, the design, and the execution of this bit of kit. It will, without a doubt, be very, very popular within the tactical community. Snake Staff Systems is dedicated to providing a quality product and is concerned with saving lives. And I'll finish with this quote from the company, which I think sums up their admirable attitude. They say, "If you love your current tourniquet brand, keep using it. We just encourage you to carry one every day, to train with it regularly, and only buy quality American-made products. Your family and friends count on you. Don't be the guy without a tourniquet in an emergency." Well said.